evening. It is taking a lot of work to be here tonight, and I want to take a few moments to thank those people, volunteers who participated here to make this a very successful evening. In your program, in your journal book, you will see a list of the people on the committee. A committee is really important to be able to have a successful evening, which I hope we have today. And reflecting by the number of attendings, we definitely do. But I want to say that amongst everybody who worked here tonight, there are very special people who did things. Thank you. Though on the committee that really needs special recognition. And first off, I would like to make special recognition of Ellie Edenbaum and Marvin Robb, who really have been the leaders of putting the dinner together this evening. Two other people are real noteworthy, or actually three people, who put the journal together. And the journal is really important for our shul, and that I want to recognize somebody who's really been phenomenal is Sandy Riccadelli, Shaltia Weinberg, and Judy Herzberg. It's very dangerous to highlight certain people especially, but they do deserve extra recognition. And the other person I'd like to recognize is Andy Rauer. Unbelievable. We did have a wonderful committee, and I really appreciate everybody's role here. But these people, I have to tell you, were critical in making this evening a success. So first off, before I go too far, it is my pleasure to wish you a good Chodesh, a Chodesh Tov. We have very, very distinguished guests with us here, and I'd like to take the opportunity to recognize some very distinguished Rabbanim and Klei Kodesh who are with us this evening. First and foremost, our featured speaker this evening, Rabbi Beryl Wine. Rabbi Bernard Rothman was here this evening. However, we did give him an excuse in order to be able to attend a simcha of the vort of his granddaughter this evening. Mazel tov. And of course, Chazan Isaac Horowitz as well. With us this evening are these very distinguished Rabbanim, Rav Dov Brisman, the Av Bestin of Philadelphia, and Rabbi of the Young Israel of Elkins Park. Rabbi Albert Gabai of Mikveh Israel in Philadelphia. From our own community, Rabbi Benjamin Sharfman and Rabbi Jeff Belinsky. From Chabad of Cherry Hill and the southern New Jersey, Rabbi Mendy Miguel, Rabbi Yitzchak Khan, and Rabbi Menachem Kamaker. From the Cherry Hill Kollel, Rabbi Yonah Klar. From the Chafetz Chaim Yeshiva, Rabbi Shimon Max, Rabbi Chaim Juni, and Rabbi Yisrael Davidowitz. Rabbi Mordechai Ryan of the Young Israel at Cherry Hill. Rav Avram Glustein of the Politz Day School. Rabbi Rodney Feinerman of the Kohelet Yeshiva High School. And two other Rabbanim who are part of our family here, Rabbi Herb Panich and Rabbi Uri Feintuch. So we are at 118 years of Congregation Sons of Israel. 118 years for our shul. So, just your attention for a few moments. We are currently reading the Sefer of Vayikra. And if you think about Sefer Vayikra, really it is talking about Kedusha, Tahora. This is what we are talking about in the Sefer of what we are learning. And if you think about it today, in our roles today, we do not have a Beis HaMikdash. So we don't have the opportunity to do the karbanos or other acts of tahara that we talk about in what we're reading currently. So if you really think about it, it was the Kohanim who had that role to exemplify and bring Kedusha to a community. Today, that role of bringing Kedusha to a community belongs to a rabbi and a rebbitzin, and that's why we are honoring Rabbi Epstein and Rabbi Ephraim and Debbie Epstein this evening. It is hard for me to imagine, because I remember meeting Rabbi Epstein for the first time, it is 12 years ago. My personal, special thanks to Rabbi and Debbie. You know how we feel about you. Thank you so much for all you do. I'd like to take a moment to bring up my co-chairman, Dr. Michael Partnow, if you will just speak a few words, and then we're going to continue on with our program.
Sid, thank you very much. Shalom, welcome to everyone. I'm actually filling in for Ron Zanger. Dr. Zanger is our congregational president, and he had hoped to be here. He had planned and intended to be here to welcome all of you. And so I'm standing in his place. He is taking care of patients at the hospital as we speak. But Ron would ask that I thank you on behalf of the officers, the board of directors, and the entire congregation of Sons of Israel for being here with us. As Sid just said, it's just 12 years ago that Rabbi and Debbie Epstein joined this synagogue community, and they've had a tremendous impact on the synagogue, the community as a whole. Speaking personally, he's had a tremendous impact on my family and on myself. 10 years ago, they became the rebbitzin and the rabbi of the synagogue, and it's in recognition of those 10 years that we're here to celebrate this evening. In that vein, I want to thank you all again for being here to make this a very filled room of joy, and congratulations for the rabbi and the rebbitzin. I do want to also thank the committee, but I must tell you a very special thanks to Sid Goldberg, who has been the chair of this dinner. He has been absolutely, literally tireless in his devotion to making this a success, and really the lion's share of the thanks goes to Sid Goldberg. But I also want to thank every one of you who has been very generous in contributing to our ad journal to honor the rabbi and Debbie Epstein. Thank you so much, and Yasher Koach to you. Thank you, welcome, have a wonderful evening. Sid?
Mordechai Kernbein, please. Okay, so as our first part of our program this evening, we have the opportunity. We are going to show you 3 greetings from 3 different rabbanim in the community. So please, your attention as we show these videos.
It is a great pleasure for me to address you, even though I feel very bad not being here tonight, for I well attended the inauguration of Rabbi Rothman Shalita, and I was also at the inauguration of Rabbi Epstein Shalita. It was really enormous. Both rabbis were picked by the previous rabbi, and I mentioned that at the inauguration of Rabbi Epstein. Rabbi Rif Zechasadik Lerocha is the one that picked Rabbi Rothman, and Rabbi Rothman is the one that picked Rabbi Epstein. I feel very bad that I cannot be with you tonight, for I have a wedding out of town. But I do want to tell you that you picked someone, Rabbi Epstein, an individual that he cares about everyone. And he cares about not only every member of the congregation, he cares about every Jew. But whatever he can do for somebody, he's always ready to do. He's interested in every person's welfare. And it's really a pleasure to deal with Rabbi Epstein. I also know that the Epstein probably should not only make good kugel, but she's really involved in the community. And she tries also to teach, to educate her dear friends. It's really an honor for your congregation to honor the rabbi, which deserves so much honor, deserves so much respect. And it's really my blessing you should continue until Mashiach comes, and we'll all go to Yerushalayim HaKodesh with Mashiach Tzidkenu B'Kol Amen.
This is a very special occasion for us. 10 years that Rabbi Epstein is in the Rabbanis. But to tell you the truth, it just seems like yesterday when Rabbi Epstein first came and assumed this position in the Rabbanis. And he was very, very devoted, and in that way, he's very unique, because I would think that he just started because his 10 years as a Rav have not slowed him down. He just continues to do more and more, to get involved in every issue that I know that he and I have personally addressed. He is really devoted and involved in the issue, and really is eager and energetic in the way he approaches everything. You don't always see that when somebody's in one position for 10 years. They come in very exuberant, very excited, but things slow down. Every position has its disappointments, it has its low points, and people just lose the bren. But Rabbi Epstein is not like that. He's in it as if he was just beginning with his energy. Of course, 10 years of experience is no small thing, but the excitement and the enthusiasm that he gives to every undertaking is always very fresh and refreshing. So we wish him to continue on, that, like the Pasuk says, Neranena v'nismacha b'chol yomeinu. We say that we should always have the youth, should always be apparent in our lives, the Shnois HaNe'urim, the Yemos HaNe'urim, the years or the days of the youth should continue to be dominant in all of what he does, that he should always have the great koiches, the great energy that he always invests in his undertakings, in his projects, and he should continue on with his Rebbetzin at Me'av Esrim.
Hi, it's Rabbi Wild. We're really honored to participate and to support your shul, and especially your dynamic rabbi and rebbetzin. Your shul in Cherry Hill, which is a place which is warm, which is open, it's a place that is there for all Jews, no matter what their background, no matter where they're coming from or where they're going to. You provide for them a nurturing, warm environment. It's the environment that has depth and substance in Jewish education. In the role that you're playing, expanding the greater Philadelphia Jewish community, expanding the Southern Jersey community, we're extremely, extremely proud. And you better believe we share your story with people who are looking to settle, to move into a community where they can make a difference, where they can be part of something dynamic and special. And to Rabbi and Mrs. Epstein, Mazel Tov. I remember Rabbi Epstein, before he was Rabbi Epstein, he was the oldest cousin of the Epstein family. And he used to come to Livingston to visit his Uncle Gil and Aunt Marion, to visit his Uncle Stuart and Aunt Judy. And the cousins would look up to him. He was a role model not just to his cousins, but when he came to our shul, he was a role model to all the kids. Ben Teller then was a young man of substance, and today, look at what he's done and what he's accomplished. We're very proud of that. We're very proud for the two of you, that you are nurturing, that you're shepherds, that you're educators. We want to thank you. We want to thank Rabbi Epstein for always coming into New York, participating with Frank Buchweitz in the Tefillah program, where his videos, short, succinct, but educational and to the point, they've educated hundreds, if not thousands. And we're excited about that. We're excited that we can share with you and we can support you in all the great things that you do and all that you're doing for the extended Philadelphia community and the greater Southern Jersey community. To Cherry Hill, to the congregation, and to all the Jews. It's a great night for us. It's a great night for Klal Yisrael and Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov on behalf of the entire OU family, to the extended Epstein family, and to an amazing, amazing shul. All the best, and we look forward to working with you and to supporting you and to learning from you and learning from your community for years to come. God bless.
So I neglected to tell you who are the three people who are speakers. The first one is the head of the Talmudical Academy of Philadelphia, the very important, esteemed Rav Shmuel Kamenetsky. Of course, we had the opportunity here as well with Rav Dov Brisbane, who is with us. And the third video was, the third video is by Rabbi Stephen Weil of the Orthodox Union. I'd like to take the opportunity now that we've seen these videos to make a special thanks to Yosef Davis, who, you cannot hear me? A little tinny. Okay, we'll try to fix that. Is that better, anybody? Okay, we'll hold on before we get Rabbi Wein. We are going to make sure that's right. Okay, so tell me if you can hear me.
Now it's not.
Yes. Okay.
Sid, get somebody get the light.
No, that's it. So, I just again want to acknowledge Yosef Davis for his extra efforts to make these videos, and we have two more short videos for you as well. And I want to also thank Mordechai Krumbine for his help in showing these videos. Just bear with us for a moment. Tell me, are we okay now? No? Hold on a second. I'm going to give the gentleman a moment here. Meanwhile, I'm going to take down the screen.
Sid, turn on. Reset. Not necessarily the microphone, but the whole system.
They're in there. Hello? Are we? Hello? How are we? Joseph, could you do me a favor? How are we? Is this better? Just bear with us a few more moments. Is this better now, ladies and gentlemen? Can you hear me now? ready now? No? Mordecai. Are we ready yet? Turn it off. Tell that to Yosef. Are we ready now?